In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the data-driven decision-making tools of MissionHub to set goals and track them over time. You do that from the Organizations menu, which will be visible to you if you are an admin for your MissionHub organization, which tracks your movement, your local movement. From the Organizations menu, you pull down to Visual Tools, and then you have three visual tools, and you're going to choose the second one, the Goal Tracker. The Goal Tracker allows you to track goals over time. This graph shows you that from August 1st, 2013 to May 14th, or May 30th, 2014, that this movement, crew at Syracuse, is going to trust the Lord to go from 0 spiritual conversations to 100 spiritual conversations. This format is from the 4 disciplines of execution model, which expresses goals as from X to Y by when. So this goal would be from 0 to 100 spiritual conversations by May 2014. Now let me show you how to set up this graph in your MissionHub goal tracking tool. As I showed you, you go to Organizations, choose Visual Tools, and then Goal Tracker, and that brings up this screen. And then here is where you choose the appropriate movement. For this illustration, I've chosen Crew at Syracuse. I have access as a trainer to multiple movements, but you will have a much smaller list that's determined by the team that you're on, so that it's much easier to navigate. But you choose the movement that you want to set a goal for, and then you choose the movement indicator that you want to set a goal for. In this case, I've chosen spiritual conversations. That's a goal that you can set with student leaders and with your staff and interns to trust God together to initiate spiritual conversations. And so you have a leadership team meeting and you decide we want to trust the Lord for 100 spiritual conversations over the course of the year. Now that may seem small to you, it may seem large. If you're the only staff person, you have one student leader, 100 spiritual conversations might be appropriate. So for the purposes of this illustration, we'll choose 100. Now how do you set this up? Well, you use this Edit Goal button. Now I've already set this one up so you can see the graph to begin with, but if you click Edit Goal, it's very easy to set up your own goal, which will generate the graph. So the first thing you do is choose the starting date. And when you click in here, it conveniently offers you a calendar that you can choose. For this illustration, I went back to I went back to August 1st of last year to set the beginning goal. I set the starting amount at 0 because we wanted to start from scratch, and then the ending date I set for the end of the semester, which for these purposes is May 15th. And then I set the ending amount. This is the goal that you want to try to achieve, and then you simply click the red Save button. And that generates this graph. Now the beauty of this graph is that it shows you immediately whether you're winning or losing, shall we say, according to the goal that you've set. So the trend line here is the goal over time, and you can see here that in August it took about a month for these spiritual conversations to be had and entered into MissionHub, and then gradually as the weeks went on, there were more spiritual conversations and a significant spike here in late September, which you would expect during the fall of the year. And then things leveled off significantly. Another slight spike here in November, and then things have leveled off to the present. Now, again, the purpose of this graph is to continue to trust God to take the initiative over the course of a whole year. And initially, there were a number of spiritual conversations, which is great, but over time, it's possible to see on this graph that those who are trusting God to reach this goal are in danger of not completing it unless at the end of the semester there's some significant attention given to taking the initiative to initiate spiritual conversations. That's the purpose of this tool, that the data that's entered into MissionHub about the missional activity that's happening person by person as they use their MissionHub app to enter in whether they had a spiritual conversation, that is automatically uh, shown here, so that when you have a leadership team meeting or a staff meeting, you can look at these goals and decide the tactics and the goals and the deadlines you need to pursue the goal throughout the year, so that what you determine to do before the Lord at the beginning of the year, you can accomplish together. And so this is an example of how to use the goal tracker to track goals. And you can track any of these categories: personal evangelism, group evangelism, Holy Spirit presentations. You can track involved students. You can use labels to track that you create yourself. So here at Syracuse, they created a Greek label. You can try to track the number of Greek students you have. You can set any of these goals. You can set goals for any of these categories so that you and your staff and interns and volunteers and leaders can trust the Lord together to accomplish your goals.